Good Guys Automotive, back with you. Today is September 4th, 2019, I meant. Yeah, man, this thing takes a lot of timing. So went ahead and locked out the distributor, set it at 34, wouldn't even start. Nope. This thing takes like 56 degrees of initial timing. I just have it locked out. It won't even run with less than that. It will not idle. And then when it does idle, it idles about 1,000 RPMs and it smooths out with all the timing. But geez, that's the most timing I've ever seen anything take. So, I can fine tune that a little bit more. It idles really rich. It doesn't even it barely makes not even 5 pounds of vacuum or inches of HG, whatever they call it. Like where a normal car makes 20 vacuum, this doesn't even make 5. So I got the smallest power valve in there. It's a 3.5, but that's like where it idles, right around there. So I know that power valve is hanging open on idle, and it's making it pig rich. And I went with that 3.5. That's the smallest one that they got there, the lowest rating. So I was hoping that would clear things up and still allow us to run a power valve, but it's not. So we're just gonna have to block it off, and we'll just compensate with bigger jets if we need to. But we're running the 80 jets, so I think probably they'll be okay anyway, just without the power valve. But yeah, man, I took this Pro Billet distributor and I locked it out so that we didn't have an advance, and then I actually figured out this. It's a racing harmonic balancer, and it's got a whole bunch of different timing marks on it. I didn't know what was what. And I didn't have a reference to go off of, so I just actually brought cylinder 1 up to top dead center and figured out where that was and made my own marks so that I could accurately set the timing. And it turns out when I had timed it before with the mechanical advance and the springs in the distributor, the timing mark I was using, it wasn't the right timing mark. And so previously I had thought that I had it at, I don't know, like 18 degrees initial and 36 all in. But it turns out that was really like whatever 18 and 38 is. 38, 48, 56. And that was at idle plus the springs, coming in on the mechanical advance, which I never revved it up that high, so it never pinged or anything for me. But yeah, man, with this cam, and these high compression heads and running 93 octane, man, it wants a lot of advance, like mid 50s. So that's a hell of a lot of advance, but that's what it likes, man. This thing makes a lot of power. So I'm going to have to take the carb back off, and might not have to take it off. I could just take the float bowl off the front and eliminate that power valve, clear up the rich idle problem. And then I can set now the idle hangs up a little bit. It's like when you whack the throttle and let off, it idles high and it has a hard time coming back down to idle. Well, that's the power valve hanging open, dumping extra gas in there because it's not making enough vacuum to suck that back in. So I'm probably going to have to go ahead and eliminate that before I try to mess with the timing anymore, because we've already got so much timing in it. You just got to be careful. You don't want to hurt anything, but no, man, it really likes the timing. So we'll give you a little exhaust noise as usual, and then I'll come and show you the vacuum gauge and stuff like that. But we're making progress. It's just this thing really, really likes a lot of timing. So let me see if I got the battery connected here. I might have unconnected it. Let's see. Nope, it's there. Yeah, I don't like leaving it connected when I'm not around the car. So, okay. Yeah, but anyway, man, this thing's making a ton of power. That's huge. Super. It is not a stock motor, and it's not really even a street motor, but I guess it's going to be a street motor for this application. Go ahead and hit our race car switch. Turn our ignition on. Give it a squirt of gas. So I'll mess with it a little more tomorrow. I don't know if I like where the timing's at. It's close. But I don't like the fact that the throttle is like with that power valve. Is dumping too much gas into the carburetor, so it's making everything pig rich, and it's adding too much fuel at idle. A lot of people have this problem with these Holley carbs, and they just don't know how to set them up. You gotta the power valves really cause an over-richening problem at idle, especially if you're running any kind of a camshaft and you're not making a ton of vacuum at idle. So it's not my first barbecue. It's not my first rodeo, but we're getting it dialed in. But I sure was surprised that this thing needs all that timing. Wow. And then the engine builder tells you don't run more than 38 degrees. It won't even start at 38 degrees. It won't start. It won't run. It won't start at 38 degrees. And then the funny thing is, well, I'm not going to get into it, but they give me a dyno sheet, and the dyno sheet, the RPM band is 5,000 to 6,600. That's where they ran it. Apparently, it wouldn't even run or idle or do anything under 5,000. Well, of course not. None of the settings were dialed in. So, anyway, we're getting them there. This thing is really not a street motor, but, depends on whose definition of street motor you're going by. I would drive it on the street. I'm that kind of guy. So, seems like the customer and I are, like-minded individuals. We like super high horsepower, nasty, gnarly motors, dead idle, lumpy, and just make a ton of power. So, anyway, Good Guys Automotive Performance. I'll just give you a little shot of the car in case I've been doing a lot of under the hood, and I don't know if anybody's actually seen the car. Fiberglass hood. It's a mod top. It's got this really cool 1960s era pattern roof, and the interior is also interlaced with that same pattern within the seats. So 69 Dodge Dart Midwestern Special mod top. Good Guys Automotive Performance, 224-633-0012. www.goodguysautomotiveperformance.com. Give us a call when you're ready to look good. Give us a call when you're ready to go fast. And we'll see you at your next service.